Hey, good morning. Yep, Jesus is Lord. Yes, sirree. The Word works, and He sent His Word to heal you. And I've been giving you the last several days 10 New Testament ways that guarantees your healing. I said guarantees it. The prayer of faith, laying hands on the sick, and all these others, receiving communion. But I'm going to tell you the one that I use the most. First thing I do every day is I meditate on several different areas. I meditate on the area about my family. I go over there and read that, what a husband's responsibility is and what he should do about his family. And I do my part. I meditate on that. Pat goes to Proverbs 31 every day, and I read Proverbs 31 regularly so that I know what her part is, and I don't get her part and my part confused. The second thing I do is I meditate on healing every day. I quote nearly every one of these scriptures that I've been giving you every day because faith comes by hearing, not hoping, not thinking, but faith comes by hearing. So I've memorized all these healing scriptures and I quote them out loud to myself every day. I've also memorized Psalm 91. I quote that out loud every day because I believe in the protection of God and I'm going to live a long life. Then, if something does try to attach itself to my body, I boldly say, no, you don't have a right, because Mark chapter 11, get this. Jesus said, confession brings possession. For verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, so I'm going to change the word just a little bit. Whosoever shall say unto this disease, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt where? In his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Now faith comes by hearing, but faith is released by saying. So one of the methods to receive healing is confess your healing. You know, I've always been extremely honest with you. I believe that a pastor should be. But that coronavirus tried to attach itself to my body, and I got bad off there for a few days. In fact, my son, who pastored the church, Mark, told me, he said, we had several people in the church that, got that coronavirus, but he said, of all the people in the church, Dad, he said, you were the worst one of the bunch. I said, thanks, son. I needed that, and I'm confessing every day, with his stripes I'm healed. I've already received communion, that I received that in his body. He bore my own sicknesses. But every day, probably 50 times or more a day, I'd say, I'm healed by the stripes of Jesus. I'm not moved by how I feel. I'm not moved by the doctor's report. I'm not moved by what the media is saying. I'm healed by the stripes of Jesus. And I'd say, because I knew what I had, I'd say, coronavirus, you be gone. I call you down in Jesus' name. And I'd speak to it and say, get out of here. You don't have a right to me in my body. And then this is what it says. I would have to say what the word said rather than what I felt. I was laying in there one day and I thought, dear Lord, somebody needs to go get me, take me to the hospital or something. And I said, no. Healed folks don't have to go to the hospital. Now, if you've been there, I'm not telling you don't go. I'm just saying confession brings possession, so I began to say I was healed. Phone would ring. Sometimes it'd be my son, Mark. Dad, you okay? Son, I'm fine. I'm just great. Word's working mightily in me, and the word's growing and prevailing, and it will prevail and overcome in my life because I spoke to that mountain of disease and told it to get out of here. Now, it didn't look like it. I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to say that, but I got sense enough to know that confession brings possession. Shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass. I'm emphasizing saith. Saith it, saith it, saith it. Not go, well, you know how it is. I had somebody call me. They'd heard that I was going through that. Well, I know you're a faith person, Pastor Frank, but I want to know how it really is. I don't like to eat the end out of the telephone, man. I said, I'm going to tell you how it really is. I have said I'm healed. I believe I'm healed. I've received the name of the Lord and the covenant of God in healing. And I'm going to tell you, friend of mine, almost called his name. I'm going to tell you, the word works and I'm healed, so go away and don't call me no more. I didn't need no agreement. I need agreement. Jesus said, what things soever you say. And so confession brings possession. You know, it's one of these methods of healing here that you don't have to get the pastor to come pray for you. I mean, I'll be glad to pray for you. I'm an elder in the church, and I'd be glad to pray for you. It'd be my privilege to pray with you. But don't wait until I get there, especially if you're in some island somewhere, you know, and I can't get there. You've got faith in your heart, so confess it. Say it. Say it. Say it. That's the only way you're going to get it anyway. And then get up and act on the word, and healing has to come. Hey, so until I'm with you tomorrow on another one of these methods of healing, saints, receive your healing by speaking to it and saying it in Jesus' name. So until I'm with you tomorrow, hey, remember all day, Jesus is Lord. Healing belongs to you. And thank God, this word works.